faced existential threats for years. We had the worst tragedy in '94. You really come to me and start threatening threats for defending myself, threatening sanctions because I'm defending myself, and you think I have any iota of fear for that? You know, I gave an example during our last 30th commemoration in my speech. I told the people how an old woman, during the genocide, before they killed her, the killers asked her to choose how she was going to be killed. And the answer to them was to spit in their face. That's what this old woman did. So you can imagine how much I'm going to spit in the face of anyone who tells me to choose between which death I should face.
Yes, here we are. Welcome all of you. Greetings to you, my dear lovely Africans who are here in the continent, and to those who are in the diaspora. That is the President of Rwanda, President Paul Kagame, speaking from his heart. So he don't fear any sanction, he don't fear anyone, he knows the truth about what he's defending for. You know, last week there was a tension between Rwanda and South Africa. After South Africans are accusing Rwanda for supporting M23. You remember that almost 14 South African soldiers were killed in Democratic Republic of Congo. After that, many South Africans, especially politicians, became angry, and some of them are calling for return of their soldiers. For instance, you remember Malema told the president to bring back their soldiers, and also others went far and said they are ready to join their soldiers in the battle fought in Democratic Republic of Congo. For instance, is the minister, Mr. Mackenzie, who said he's ready to be on the front line to go and fight M23. So let us listen a little bit from Minister Mackenzie, then I will come back.
This is not the time to point fingers. We have been humiliated. We have been humiliated. We have been humiliated. And we must teach people, when you kill a South African, there's consequences. We are sitting with the highest youth unemployment in the world. Let us use this opportunity and call for conscription, Honorable President, and bring our young people and train them. And while we train them, let us go and teach M23 a lesson. Let us go and kill those that killed our soldiers. I don't know, Speaker. These ones are talking a lot here. We need soldiers. You call yourself Commissar, you call yourself CIC, we need you there. There's people that we need you to go fight. We are tired here in Parliament of toy soldiers. We want, this is war. People are dying. You are calling yourself titles here. Go and fight. I will be one of the first to join the battalion to go and fight. Let us go and get our people, and you must follow me. Let's go and fight real fights, not this fake names of the army. I salute you. Thank you very much.
Yes, that is Minister Mackenzie trying to express his feeling on what is going on in Democratic Republic of Congo, especially what happened to South African soldiers. And of course, he tried to call those who called themselves military names like Commander-in-Chief. I think he tried to touch Mr. Malema that you are Commander-in-Chief, so this is the time to show you are Commander-in-Chief by inviting him to go to the battlefield in Democratic Republic of Congo to fight against M23. But all in all, my dear lovely Africans, we must understand the root causes of these conflicts, why Congo is not at peace. So let us go and listen a little bit from Mama Africa, Ambassador Dr. Alikana Chiombo, talking about the issue of Democratic Republic of Congo, and especially citing the root causes. Yes, we are seeing these battles, M23 and whatever, the government of Congo, but there's also multinational companies in Democratic Republic of Congo. So let us go and listen from Mama Africa.
What we suffered from for centuries is ignorance of what was really going on. The average African, the average even citizen of the world nowadays, they just really don't understand the intricacies of how things work. There are so many multinationals in the Congo doing illegal mining. Like one of my videos, I talked about seeing 747s in the jungle, tarmacs in the jungle for these planes to fly into the Congo, pick up the minerals and fly right out. DR Congo, it is a very difficult battle to fight. First, you have the battle that you are aware of, and then there's the battle with the multinationals. We continue to speak the gospel of Pan-Africanism. We continue to reach the people, to dig deep in their hearts, to understand what is really going on, to understand and take responsibility and ownership of Africa's problems, and make a commitment, just like our ancestors did, to say, I will do my part to pave the way so my children, grandchildren, and generations to come can start at a different place. I always ask people, when your child, your grandchild, 20 years from now, is coming to you to say, grandmother, grandfather, there were issues with Africa, what did you do?
You know, my dear lovely Africans, we Africans, many of us, we learn nothing from the history. We have tried to copy other things from other countries, but we don't copy good things. You know, all of us, we know that when the Europeans came to Africa and discovered that Africa has resources that they need for them to thrive, they went back to Europe. Their leaders under Chancellor Bismarck called a meeting in Berlin from 1884 to 1885, almost for 4 months, to strategize how they are going to colonize Africa, how they colonized Africa, how they conquered Africa. They sat down, they came, they strategized, they plans, they divide the continent into kekis, and they shared territories. You see, for instance, German took Tanganyika, France took these Francophone countries, Mali, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, and others. The same to British, took Ghana, took South Africa, took Zimbabwe, Zambia, Spanish, the same Portuguese, took Angola, took Mozambique. Europeans divide Africa like the way they are dividing cookies. It means they divided the continent in terms of strategic minerals they needed at that time. Then Africans, after getting our independence, this political independence, many of us, we went to school, we learned history, we understand many things, but we learn nothing. We cannot, of course, what we are doing right now, we are copying dressing styles of Western people. We are copying the way Europeans are dressing. We are copying the way Europeans are eating. We use spoons and such kind of stuffs, knives, but we cannot copy the way Europeans divided Africa. So we cannot undo those stuffs. Instead of copying those things, why don't we copy the Berlin Conference? That these people came together, divided the continent of Africa. Why don't we Africans, even we black people, call our own meeting wherever in Addis Ababa or in Kampala, Uganda, or in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, wherever, any place in Kigali, Rwanda, or Gadugu in Burkina Faso, or Pretoria in South Africa, or we can go to Abuja in Nigeria, where we are going to strategize maybe 100 years to come, that we want a united Africa. We were once, but these people, when they sat down in Berlin, they divided us. Why don't our leaders do these things? What you see today, this conflict in Rwanda, Burundi, wherever you call, South Africa, this tension is because of this division. And all of us, we know that the situation in Democratic Republic of Congo caused by Berlin Conference. Let me ask one thing. All of us, we saw on television mercenaries, European mercenaries who were fighting in Democratic Republic of Congo. But I didn't hear anyone talking about these mercenaries. But people who were busy talking about Kagame, talking about Rwanda, talking about South Africa fighting with Kagame. But how these mercenaries came to Democratic Republic of Congo, how and who hired them? As Mamalikana said, we must find where these guns are coming from. If mercenaries can come from Europe and entering Democratic Republic of Congo, fighting without being recognized by African Union, I mean African Union, or SADC, or East African Community, are we safe? Can we come here and blame Kagame? I think Africans, we need to change the way of thinking. Maybe Kagame has his own problem, like a other human being has. But we cannot sit down here and blame Mr. Kagame. Let us blame ourselves first, that we have left Congo in the hands of others. Just imagine if Africa is so united. Today we have a united Africa. We can solve these challenges in Democratic Republic of Congo. We have left Congolese themselves. You know, Kagame, sometimes even yourself, just imagine you are Mr. Kagame, and you see people coming from Europe, taking minerals, taking resources. What can you do? And if you try to stop them, people are coming to you. They're saying you're a dictator, you don't behave on human rights. What can you do? When you tell Africans to come together, they are not ready. What can you do in a situation like such as that? You remember Kagame is the one who initiated Africa Single Passport. But ask ourselves, where is Africa Single Passport? When Kagame was the chairperson of the African Union, of course, is the one also who started with this, what we today we claim Africa Continental Free Trade Area. It is during Kagame leadership in the African Union. You remember? Kagame is the one who came with single passport. But we cannot come here and blame Kagame. We have to blame ourselves, all of us, the people of Africa, because we did nothing. When we see these people coming to us, taking resources, and we do nothing. And right now, we have this issue of Trump and South Africa. I'm telling you the truth. Africa, because we are so divided, we are keeping silence. You don't hear South African Union releasing a statement toward President Trump that you are being misinformed. What's wrong for us to speak the truth that Mr. Trump, you are being informed about South Africa? In South Africa, there's no white genocide. People in South Africa, white people, are not treated badly the way you have been told. Those are just lies. But we are keeping silence. We are waiting to see how Trump is going to fight or to react to South Africa or to put sanctions. Of course, we have already heard about the issue of cutting aid and other stuff like that to South Africa. You heard the story of Malema being called an international criminal. We don't hear anyone talking about these issues. I think Africans, we need to come together. We need to come together. We need to defend one another. We need to protect one another. The problem that we have, First of all, we lack information, we lack the truth, then we are so divided, and through this division, we lack information. Because if we can come together, we can share a common understanding. Because we are so divided, we can't share a common understanding, and that's where the problem is. So, my dear lovely Africans, I think the time has come for Africa to come together, to unite. We have good people, we have intelligent people who can lead us properly. We have Captain Ibrahim Traore. He is an intelligent young people in this continent. But I know that some people, leaders, and Africans who are not recognizing Mr. Traore because he's a soldier. He came to power through military coup. They have been told by the Western power that, you know, you need to be voted by someone. But the people of Africa are not interested with votes. The people of Africa are interested with someone who can protect their resources, the one who can give them opportunities, the way Captain Ibrahim Traore is doing. So, my dear lovely Africans, let us not misspeak for too long, but the aim is to share with you my thought on the issue of what is going on right now in Democratic Republic of Congo, and of course to encourage one another that we, the people of Africa, we are the ones who are responsible for peace, for prosperity in our beautiful continent, Africa. So the issue of Democratic Republic of Congo can be solved if all of us, the people of Africa, we can decide to come together. We cannot come and lament, blame one person without bringing solutions. We need to bring solutions. We cannot come here and blame Kagame, blame South Africa, blame DRC. Instead of coming together, we should blame all of us that the Congo is in Africa. So anything that is going bad, it reflects all of us. If Congolese are dying, it means Africans are dying. If Congolese are suffering, it means Africans are suffering. So it's about our image. If you see the Congolese, you see yourself. You know, sometimes we, the people of Africa, we have been taught to think that these are, because of these artificial borders, artificial map that we have been given by colonizers, we think that those are just Congolese, leave them. Those are just Senegalese, leave them. But we forgot that we are Africans. You see, the way Europeans are doing, it is amazing. You know, and I repeat this many times. When Europeans saw minerals in Africa, they came together. They went back to Berlin, they sat down and say, how are we going to benefit from these resources? Under Bismarck, Council of Germany, they drawn the map. You, France, you will take this portion, Francophone countries. You, British, you will control this one. You, German, do this. You control Tanganyika and East African German. You, Spanish, this is your cake. They do like that. So this time I think we need to undo all these things. We need to do the same. Africans, we need to come together to abolish these borders, first of all, then to allow free movement of people and goods, to unite, to create a single army with single government. Then I'm sure if they're going to kill us, they can't kill all of us. They cannot do like that. So Africans, I don't know what are we afraid to unite, because without unity we are still suffering. The people in Congo are still suffering without unity. So let us unite and see what we can do. You know, sometimes we come on place like this, we say, you know, we are Pan-Africanist, you know, we love Africa, you know, we want Africa to prosper, but our action don't reflect what we are talking. Our action don't reflect the truth. So I think the time has come, my dear lovely Africans, to bring changes in this continent. So those are just my thoughts, my words to you, all of you, my lovely Africans, on what is going on right now in our beautiful continent. Thank you.